5 minutes or so, we are going to be chatting with our friends about agriculture right about now. You know how we do on a Wednesday. It is actually 13 minutes to 9 o'clock, and so we're checking in. It's AgroBuzz. And it's already June, a brand new month, heat of summer, start of the hurricane season. And gosh, you know, when you think about the hurricanes, the whole natural hazard thing that can cripple economies, stymie development with the impact they may have on systems, property, infrastructure. But if we have the right kind of approach, then steps can be taken to lessen the effect. And this week, we are going to be learning how farmers prepare for natural hazards. How farmers prepare for natural hazards. You're laughing after me? Folks, that's Francine Webb Lawrence. She's Senior Plant Health Food Safety Officer with RADA. As a matter of fact, it's good to talk to you today, the day after World Food Safety Day. How was yesterday for you?
Yesterday was good. And it's in a similar approach to it when we advocate that farmers have their food safety plan. We are advocating that they have their disaster management plan as well.
Okay, well, let's just jump right in there, because how can we really prepare for a natural hazard? What's going on with my mouth today?
It's tongue twisted this morning.
I mean, you have your farm, it's out there. What you going to do?
Right. So in a similar way in which we prepare for hurricanes for our homes, so you start buying up your tin goods, you put your important documents in bags and, ensure that they are kept dry. You want to have a similar approach because farming is a business, so you want to protect that investment. And so there are a number of things that you can do, and planning is especially important. And there are a number of ways. We have broken it down into phases. Things you do in the planning phase, things you do when a warning is issued, and what do you do after to quickly rebound from the hazard. So it's important for us to plan. And in the planning phase, you want to ensure that you register with RADA. We want to know that you're out there. How do we cater for you if you are not, in the mix? So you want to ensure that you are registered. Farming is a business, so we have on your production calendar, you include the hurricane period. So we're watching out now, so it should trigger for you that you need to initiate your preparation at this point in time. So what are some of the things you can do? You ensure that your farm buildings, you don't put up your building in flood-prone areas. You want to ensure that you're a part of a farmers group. You can do a lot by yourself, but you can do so much more in groups. So what can you do in groups? You can help in identifying where within the community, your farming community, where are we going to be able to get rid of our waste that you cannot compost or you can't use for soil conservation or so. So you identify those areas. Who is going to quickly be able to assist in mobilizing and moving around within the group so that we can quickly rebound if there is a problem. You make a list of all the equipment and the tools that you have. So when we talk about food safety yesterday for World Food Safety Day, records are critically important. You cannot afford to lose your records. So you have to have those records. You have to ensure that they're properly put away in plastic bags and put in a dry, safe area. Or you have your phone to ensure that you take pictures of it so that you don't lose these records, right? And it's a similar thing. So we don't want to get just talking about crops. Livestock is important. How many animals do you have? Ensure that they're all tagged. You're preparing for the hurricane. At this point in time, once a warning is issued, you want to ensure that you have at least a week, ideally 2 weeks, worth of feed, of medicine, and water so that you can safely move through that particular period. You want to store your tools and equipment away in a dry, safe area, preferably on pallets. And you want to ensure that at this point in time, when we're now in this season, that you regularly prune and your shade trees, prevent any overhanging branches so that you don't have any hazards there that will cause problems for your crops or for your livestock.
What
your
kind?
Drains.
Go ahead.
Your drains are important. So you have your construct and maintain your drains because you want to make sure that these are in working condition. So your drains that are going to be there to help to get away the excess water have to be operational. So at this point in time is when we go out to ensure that all of that is done in your field. You establish, make sure your windbreaks are up. It's particularly in the eastern region where they will typically have a lot of issues, particularly where you have bananas and so forth. Ensure that your windbreaks are there to help to break, the kind of damage, prevent the kind of damage that you'll have to your crops.
No, this is a lot. How does the Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries help farmers who are trying to get this done?
Right. So the ministry has a number of structures and systems in place. There is the Agricultural Disaster Risk Management Committees that they operate at the parish level and they feed into the National Disaster Risk Management Committee. So they're responsible in looking at agricultural hazards at the parish level, putting in measures to help in mitigating. They also do monitoring and they will also collect data and report that quickly back into the national system in the event that there is an issue. So the Agricultural Disaster Risk Management Committees are there. There are also climate smart projects. A number of the initiatives that have been done and the resources that have been allocated to these projects that have climate smart measures. Either they are about climate smart projects or they have climate smart activities ingrained within them. So a number of these things that will help in reducing or mitigating against some of these the effects from these hazards are projects that we are actively running now. And we look into capacity building. How do we get our farmers better prepared for these eventualities? And it's not just for farmers as well, but also for the technical persons at the ministry and also at RADA. So a number of things have been done in terms of building our own capacity and also sensitizing and building the capacity of the farmers for these eventualities as well.
Gosh, so much, and there is so much more that we could speak about, but the time is such that we have to go. So how do they get this information and perhaps other questions they have answered?
They can easily reach out to us. We have a toll-free number. It is 1-888-ASK-RADA. So contact your local parish offices as well, your extension officer. Keep in touch. This information is available. We are now working with social media and a number of farmers are on board. So we also send out text messages, reminders to our farmers, and we also communicate via WhatsApp groups and the like. So the information is there, and if any farmer is listening now and is interested in more information, they can quickly reach out to RADA at their parish office or calling the toll-free number 1-888-ASK-RADA.
1-888-ASK-RADA. Today it was 1-888-ASK-Francine. Thank you.
Thank you so very much.
Our pleasure, folks. Senior Plant Health Food Safety Officer from RADA with us this morning as we show how farmers can protect their property from natural hazards. And we say thanks so much to Mrs. Webb Lawrence. And we get set to head out of here. The hurricane season, June 1 to November 30. Tropical Storm Alex already causing problems. So let's learn from those things that are happening to others and create our plans, stock up on supplies, and do the best we can to protect property and life. To keep up with the Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries, like them on Facebook, Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries. Follow them on Twitter and Instagram, MOAFJM, and join us again next Wednesday for more AgroBuzz. And I think you should join us tomorrow for more Sunnyside too, Francois.